There's a moment in life most people miss. It's quiet, no applause, no announcement. It's the moment when you realize you were meant for more. Not more comfort, not more sleep, not more excuses. More impact, more growth, more responsibility. See, everyone wants a different life, but very few are willing to live differently today. The people who win tomorrow are doing what others avoid right now. While the world is scrolling, they're building. While others are waiting, they're working. And here's the truth nobody likes to hear. A special life requires uncommon effort. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you the future you dream about. You get one shot, one life, and every day you wake up, the clock is already running. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting until you feel ready. Stop waiting until conditions are perfect. They never will be. Close your eyes for a second. Seriously. Close them. What do you see? That vision in your mind? That life you imagine when nobody's watching? That's not random. That's not luck. That's a preview of what's possible if you decide to show up differently. But understand this. Dreams don't respond to comfort. They respond to action. The version of you that stays comfortable will never meet the version of you that's capable of greatness. And that's the crossroads you're standing at right now. You don't become extraordinary by accident. You become it by choice. Every single day, life will try to negotiate with you. Just 5 more minutes. Start tomorrow. You deserve a break. And every time you agree, you trade your future for temporary relief. Failure isn't falling down. Failure is staying down and calling it fate. You're not behind. You're not too late. But you are responsible. What you do today decides what your future looks like. Not someday, not next year. Today, and listen, it's not easy. It was never supposed to be. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But everyone doesn't get to live the life you're chasing. You're closer than you think, closer than you've ever been. But closeness doesn't count without commitment. There will be moments when quitting feels logical, when giving up feels justified, when resting turns into hiding. That's when it matters most, because the darkest part of the night always comes right before morning. Every new day is a reset, a clean slate, a fresh chance to decide again. Breathe in, breathe out. You're still here. That means your story isn't finished. Some days will hit hard. Some days will feel unfair. Some days you'll question yourself. That's not weakness. That's the process. Pressure doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. The question isn't whether life will challenge you. It will. The question is who you become when it does. Do you retreat? Or do you rise? Because the only real competition you have is the person you were yesterday. You don't need to beat everyone. You need to beat your excuses. You don't need approval. You need discipline. You don't need more time. You need better decisions. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Show up when you don't feel like it. Work when no one is watching. Commit when it's uncomfortable. That's how confidence is built. That's how momentum starts. That's how average gets left behind. You woke up today for a reason, not to survive the day, but to move closer to the life you say you want. So don't waste this moment. Don't trade your future for comfort. Don't let fear decide for you. Decide anyway. Get out of your comfort zone. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Because the life you want is on the other side of effort. And the only way forward is through. Life doesn't test you when things are easy. It tests you when everything starts pushing back, when the plan falls apart, when people doubt you, when progress slows down and the results stop showing up. That's where most people fold. Not because they aren't capable, but because they weren't prepared for pressure. Understand this. Pressure isn't the enemy. Pressure is the invitation. It's asking one simple question. Who are you really when it gets uncomfortable? Anyone can feel motivated on a good day. Anyone can work when they're winning, but what do you do when you're tired, overlooked, underpaid, and uncertain? That's where identity is formed. See, your only real competition is internal. You can be winning on the outside and still losing on the inside. And if you don't deal with that inner battle, no external win will ever feel like enough. Your mind will try to negotiate with you. It will whisper doubt. It will replay fear. It will offer excuses dressed up as logic. And every negative thought that shows up, you don't entertain it. You shut it down. Not later. Immediately. Because the thoughts you allow become the habits you live with. When your alarm goes off and your body says, stay, that's not exhaustion, that's resistance. And resistance always shows up right before growth. This is where discipline kicks in, not motivation. Discipline. Discipline says, we move anyway. You don't wait to feel ready. You act, and readiness follows. Every time life hits harder, it's not telling you to stop. It's asking you to level up. The path always starts smooth. You're excited. You're consistent. You feel unstoppable. Then it gets heavy. People pull away. Results slow down. Doubt gets louder. That's not a sign you're failing. That's a sign you're entering a new tier. Because growth demands pressure. And pressure does one of two things. It breaks weak structures or it builds stronger ones. Same pressure, different outcome. That's your choice. You can let it crush you, or you can let it shape you. There will be days when you feel empty, when you've already given everything you had, and life still asks for more. That's when you dig deeper, not for motivation, for purpose. You flip that internal switch and say, I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. You don't need permission to go all in. You don't need validation to grind. You don't need applause to keep pushing. You need belief. Belief that adversity builds resilience. Belief that resilience creates strength. Belief that strength leads to the next level. This isn't a sprint. It's a long game. If you're not where you want to be yet, that doesn't mean you failed. It means you're still in progress. Refine, redesign, recommit. Hard work doesn't shrink you. It expands you. It sharpens your thinking. It toughens your mindset. It prepares you for rooms you haven't walked into yet. You were built to win. But winning requires endurance. There will be bad days. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when quitting feels reasonable. Don't confuse difficulty with destiny. Some of the strongest people you admire didn't avoid pain. They learned how to carry it. Life comes with mountains and valleys, high moments and low seasons, and chances are you've already survived things that once felt impossible. You've been through disappointment, loss, fear, moments that tested your limits. Yet here you are, still breathing, still standing. That alone proves something. Pressure didn't destroy you. It trained you. And what you've faced so far might not even be the hardest part of your journey. But that's not discouraging. That's empowering, because it means you're becoming stronger than what's ahead. Pain is universal. Everyone carries it. The difference is what you do with it. You can let pain make you bitter, or you can let it make you better. You can let pressure burst the pipe, or you can let it create the diamond. Same situation. Different response. You don't control everything life throws at you, but you do control your reaction, your effort, your mindset, and that's enough. Every challenge carries value, if you're willing to extract it. Every hard moment is teaching you something about yourself, about your limits, about your strength, about what still needs work. This isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. So when pressure builds, don't panic. Stand still. Breathe, then step forward. Because resilience isn't loud. It's quiet consistency. It's showing up again and again and again, even when nobody's watching. Especially then. Before you change your life, you have to change who you're being, not the image. not the title, not the highlight reel, the internal version. Because most limits aren't external. They're learned. Nobody wakes up wanting negative habits. Nobody plans to doubt themselves. It happens quietly, through environments, through repetition, through the voices we stay around too long. You pick up patterns without realizing it. Ways of thinking, ways of coping, ways of avoiding. And one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize how you got here, only that you feel stuck. Sometimes we learn how to look okay on the outside, while breaking on the inside, smiling through pressure, nodding through pain, telling everyone we're fine. But alone, it's loud. And here's the turning point. You don't wait for life to calm down before you change. You change in the middle of the storm. That's where real growth happens. There is never a perfect time to do the right thing. There is only the decision to stop postponing your own evolution. Hard work works. Right choices matter. And effort compounds us even when results are delayed. You don't need permission to become better. You need courage. Courage to face yourself honestly. Courage to admit where you've been settling. Courage to stop blaming everything else. Because at some point, excuses stop protecting you. They start imprisoning you. Transformation begins when you take ownership of your reactions, of your mindset, of your actions. You don't control everything, but you always control your response. And when you commit to doing the next right thing, doors open. Sometimes quietly, sometimes unexpectedly, but they open. Even in chaos, even when the future feels uncertain, you are not powerless. You are not broken. You are not finished. You are capable of thinking critically, of learning, of adjusting, of choosing differently. Don't settle for fake progress. Don't accept comfort disguised as peace. If you want to go somewhere you've never been, you have to become someone you've never been. That requires saying things you've avoided, doing things you've delayed, entering parts of yourself you've been running from. You weren't sentenced to this life. You chose it. And the good news? You can choose again every day. When you realize how fragile everything is, time, health, opportunity, you stop taking moments for granted. You stop waiting. You start acting. Not because you're fearless, but because you're aware. Aware that comfort is not fulfillment. Aware that safety is not success. Growth lives beyond comfort. You don't rise by staying familiar. You rise by stretching. And the biggest stretch? Believing it's possible for you. Sometimes the hardest win isn't financial. It's internal. Believing you deserve more. Believing you're capable of more. Believing you're allowed to want more. Many people want change, but they cling to the habits that keep them stuck. You can't carry old versions of yourself into new seasons. Every level demands a new mindset, new discipline, new focus. You don't need to announce your change. You need to live it, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. Stop mistaking comfort for fulfillment. Comfort creates stagnation. Growth creates purpose, and purpose gives pain meaning. There will be moments when you have to choose between who you've been and who you're becoming. That choice will feel lonely. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel risky. That's how you know it's right. Because real change always costs something. Old habits, old relationships, old excuses. But what you gain is clarity, strength, momentum. When you stop doubting yourself, things start moving. When you believe in your ability, obstacles shrink. Out of everyone who doubts you, you cannot be one of them. You owe yourself that. You get one life, one run, one opportunity to make it count. Stop making excuses. Start making decisions. This isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You were built for impact, built for growth, built to evolve. And when you finally commit to becoming who you were meant to be, there are no days off. Because when you love who you're becoming, Discipline stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like alignment. Here's the truth most people avoid. Pain is unavoidable. No matter who you are, no matter what you chase, no matter how prepared you think you are, pain is part of the contract. The mistake people make isn't feeling pain, it's thinking they can avoid it. There is no version of growth without discomfort. There is no upgrade without sacrifice. There is no next level without pressure. Every path hurts. If you stay the same, it hurts. If you change, it hurts. If you try, it hurts. If you quit, it hurts. So the real question isn't if it's going to hurt. The question is, which pain are you willing to live with? The pain of discipline or the pain of regret? Because regret lasts longer. Everything you want has a cost. And sooner or later, life will send you the bill. Getting stronger hurts. Growing smarter hurts. Building something meaningful hurts. Letting go hurts. But so does staying stuck. You don't get to choose comfort forever. You only get to choose which hard. There will be moments when you're bleeding internally. When it feels like you're giving everything and still coming up short. You'll cry. You'll doubt. You'll question if it's worth it. Let it hurt. Let it hurt because you're becoming stronger. Let it hurt because you're stretching beyond who you were. Let it hurt because you're conditioning yourself for what's ahead. Don't numb it. Don't run from it. Process it. Pain, when processed correctly, becomes power. But pain ignored becomes poison. Most people weren't ready for pain when it showed up. Nobody taught them how to handle it. So they avoided it, or buried it, or pretended it didn't exist. Processing pain is a skill, and like any skill, it has to be learned. If you want a future that looks different, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. The pain of growth, the pain of discipline, the pain of consistency, the pain of showing up when no one cares. It all hurts. But on the other side, there's a reward. You won't regret taking care of your body. You won't regret strengthening your mind. You won't regret building integrity. You won't regret choosing discipline. The reward is clarity, longevity, influence, self-respect. Ask yourself honestly, do you want results or do you want excuses? Because both cost something. Pain ends. Regret doesn't. Pain has an expiration date. Regret keeps collecting interest. Every decision you make has a price tag attached. Reward or regret, choose one. Life will knock you down. That's guaranteed. What's not guaranteed is how you respond. Some people get hit once and stay down forever. Others get hit and come back different. Stronger, sharper, more focused. The difference isn't luck. It's mindset. There's a pain that weakens you and a pain that transforms you. One drains you, the other builds you. And the moment you stop running from pain and start using it, everything changes. You can't lie to yourself anymore. You can't negotiate with your comfort zone. If you want to evolve, you must confront what's holding you back. Old habits, old routines, old thinking. It's hard to let go of the past. It's hard to give your time, energy, and focus. It's hard to learn new skills. It's hard to change patterns. But it's also hard to stay stagnant. Hard to be lazy. Hard to be undisciplined. Hard to live with unfulfilled potential. It's all hard. Choose the hard that builds you. Every hardship carries a lesson. Every struggle carries strength. And when one pain ends, another will appear. But you'll be ready. Because each time you endure pain well, you level up. Everyone wants the reward. Few want the process. Everyone wants the win. Few want the work. Everyone wants the glow. Few want the grind. But listen closely. You don't get the reward without the resistance. So don't wish for less pain. Build more capacity. Don't ask for an easier path. Become stronger. This is the season where you stop avoiding discomfort and start choosing growth. Because pain doesn't mean you're losing. Sometimes it means you're right on time. Discipline isn't about motivation. It's about control. Control over your mind. Control over your habits. Control over what you do when no one is watching. Most people wait for life to feel good before they act. But discipline acts first and lets feelings catch up later. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your daily decisions. That's why discipline matters. There's no shortcut around it, no hack, no substitute. Every result you want lives on the other side of consistent effort. You can't drift your way into greatness. You have to direct yourself there. And that starts with taking responsibility for your mindset. Life isn't responsible for your attitude. Life isn't responsible for your focus. Life isn't responsible for your growth. You are. You're not stuck because of circumstances. You're stuck because of patterns. And patterns can be broken. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. That's power. The moment you stop blaming life, you start building leverage. Stop drowning in what you can't change. Learn how to swim in what you can. Delete negativity. Alter your thinking. Control yourself. That mental reset changes everything. You don't need permission to improve. You don't need validation to evolve. You just need to decide. There is always another level, another standard, another version of you waiting to be unlocked. You're still breathing. That means your work isn't done. Stop replaying failures. Stop reliving disappointments. Stop letting past moments define future behavior. What happened didn't break you. It shaped you. Use it. You don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life what you put in. Energy in, effort in, focus in. Results out. Limits exist only in the mind. Once you remove mental restrictions, physical effort follows. There will be days when quitting feels tempting, when staying comfortable feels safe. You don't get permission to quit on yourself. You didn't come this far to stop now. This is your moment to rise. Not above others, but above who you used to be. Be better than yesterday, even by 1%. That's progress. Success isn't built in massive leaps. It's built in small, disciplined actions repeated daily. Your mindset is the driving force behind everything you do. A disciplined mindset creates consistency. Consistency creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum. And momentum changes outcomes. Believe in every step you take, even the small ones, especially the small ones. You may not like what you see in the mirror right now. Your finances may be tight. Your relationships may feel broken. Your effort may feel unnoticed. That doesn't mean it's over. It means it's time to show up differently. This is the line where everything changes. Not because life changes, but because you do. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for approval. Stop waiting for conditions to improve. They won't. You improve first, then life follows. Focus on the reward, not the risk. Focus on the outcome, not the obstacle. Focus on the process, not the pain. You don't need to be fearless. You need to be committed. Committed to growth. Committed to effort. Committed to integrity. Integrity means you do what you said you would do. Even when it's hard. Even when no one would notice if you didn't. That's how trust is built. That's how self-respect forms. And once you respect yourself, everything else levels up. Greatness doesn't respond to laziness. It responds to discipline. You can't sleep in every day and expect extraordinary results. You can't give half effort and expect full rewards. If you want the next level, you have to act like someone who belongs there, not someday, today. Because the future isn't built in big moments. It's built in quiet, disciplined choices, made consistently over time. And if you stay locked in, if you stay focused, if you stay disciplined, you won't recognize the person you become. In the best way possible, at some point this stops being about motivation and starts being about legacy. Not what you say you want, not what you post, but what you're willing to stand on when it matters. What good is your potential if you never fully step into it? What good is your greatness if you keep shrinking to fit places you've outgrown? You weren't built to blend in. You were built to rise up. But rising requires standards, higher standards than excuses, higher standards than average effort, higher standards than yesterday. You always have two options: give up or get up. And every time you get up, you separate yourself from the crowd. This isn't about beating others. It's about becoming undeniable. Start with your mindset. That's where everything begins. Your mindset is the engine behind your actions. A strong mindset combines discipline, confidence, clarity, and ambition. That combination is dangerous in the best way. When you raise your standards, your behavior changes, your circle changes, your outcomes change. Stop entertaining destructive thinking. Stop tolerating environments that drain you. Stop shrinking your dreams to make others comfortable. Let the world know you matter. Not through noise, but through consistency. Believe in every step you take, even when doubt shows up. Because doubt will show up. There will be moments when you hate what you see in the mirror. When your finances don't reflect your effort. When relationships fall apart. When you feel stuck, underpaid, undervalued, and overlooked. That doesn't mean you're losing. It means you're being shaped. This is the day you stop waiting for change and become the change. Get up, get focused, get after it. That's the separator. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be relentless. Relentless about growth. Relentless about effort. Relentless about raising your personal bar. Be 1% better than yesterday. That's how progress stacks. Little wins compound into massive transformation. You don't need overnight success. You need daily commitment. This is where purpose kicks in. Purpose isn't just what you do. It's why you refuse to quit. It's what pulls you forward when motivation fades. It's what keeps you disciplined when nobody's clapping. When you're in love with who you're becoming, there are no days off. Not because you're obsessed with work, but because you're aligned with your mission. Comfort becomes the enemy. Convenience loses its grip. You stop counting effort. You stop tracking sacrifice. You just show up. Pain becomes part of the process, not a reason to stop. You realize something powerful. You don't need permission to be great. You just need commitment. This is your wake-up call. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they lack intention. They drift. They react. They settle. You don't. You choose to be deliberate, focused, intentional. You don't play small anymore. Because average isn't bad, it's just not you. You're done tolerating a life that doesn't match your capacity. There is work to be done, standards to raise, legacy to build. And legacy isn't about fame or money alone. It's about impact. Who did you become in the process? Who did you help along the way? What did you stand for when it counted? That's what lasts. You don't rise by accident. You rise by design. So design your days, design your habits, design your mindset. And when life tests you, stand tall. Because this isn't just about today. This is about the version of you people will remember. Stop talking. Stop dreaming. Stop overthinking. It's time to execute. Ideas are worthless without action. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is eternal. If you want results, you don't wait for the perfect moment. You create it. You don't wait until you feel ready. You act and let readiness catch up. You don't rely on someone else's approval. You step up on your own. This is beast mode. Beast mode isn't just working hard. It's working smart. It's working relentlessly. It's giving 120% when others give 50%. It's showing up when the world sleeps. It's grinding when others quit. It's focusing when everything around you is distracting you. Consistency is the multiplier. Every small effort compounds. Every repeated action builds momentum. Every day you show up, you strengthen your skill, your mindset, your resolve. Do you want the life you've been dreaming of? Then your grind can't have off days. Your focus can't falter. Your energy can't waver. You get what you tolerate. And mediocrity is a tolerance you no longer have. Excuses? Trash them. Distractions? Eliminate them. Fear? Face it head on. You can't pause. You can't coast. You can't sleep on your own potential. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Be unshakable. Wake up early. Stay up late. Work harder than you did yesterday. Push past the limits you thought existed. Be your own standard. Be your own competition. Be the version of yourself that scares average. When you fall, get up. When you fail, learn fast. When it hurts, embrace it. Because every ounce of effort you give today becomes your reward tomorrow. The people who quit, they're still thinking about it. They're still dreaming. They're still hoping. You're doing. You're building. You're conquering. You're dominating your life. And here's the truth. Nobody else is going to hand it to you. Nobody else owes you. The world doesn't care about your excuses. All it cares about is results. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop blaming. Turn your dreams into a plan. Turn your plan into action. Turn your action into momentum. Turn your momentum into results. This is beast mode energy. This is the mindset of winners. This is the reality of champions. No breaks. No shortcuts. No excuses. It's grind. It's focus. It's domination. Every day you wake up, you either get better or you fall behind. Which side are you on? If you want to level up, you must sacrifice. Not someday, not when it's convenient. Now. Time, comfort, old habits, toxic people, they all have to go. Your old self cannot carry you into your next season. Your past versions aren't capable of handling the weight of your future. If you want something bigger, you must leave something behind. Sacrifice is never easy. Comfort fights back. Fear screams. Doubt whispers. But greatness? Greatness requires discomfort. You cannot have extraordinary results while living ordinary habits. You cannot manifest your dreams while clinging to old patterns. You must let go, and it hurts. It's supposed to. Growth is uncomfortable. Toxic people? Cut them out. Negative energy? Eliminate it. Excuses? Burn them. Your vision deserves your full focus. Your potential deserves your full energy. Your future self deserves your sacrifice. Every day you wake up and settle, you delay the life you were meant to live. Don't be that person. Don't compromise. Don't flirt with mediocrity. You have one shot, one life, one chance to make your mark. And the truth is, it's lonely at the top. Not because people aren't cheering, but because the climb is yours alone. You will stumble. You will fall. You will face moments where giving up feels easy. Those moments, they are tests. Tests of your commitment, your focus, your courage. Push through. Endure. Keep going. Because what you're building isn't just for you. It's for your family, your legacy, your future generations. Every choice you make today, every sacrifice you make, creates the path for tomorrow. Stop clinging to the familiar. Stop looking for permission. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. The perfect moment doesn't exist. There's only now. And now is yours. Level up. Step into your power. Step into your greatness. See yourself at the top. Not someday, but today, through the choices you make, through the sacrifices you commit to. You are capable of more than you realize. You are stronger than you feel. You are destined for more than you've been told. Stop letting fear dictate your life. Stop letting comfort steal your destiny. Stop letting doubt chain your potential. You owe it to yourself to rise, to grind, to sacrifice, to become the person you were meant to be. Your vision is waiting. Your legacy is waiting. Your greatness is waiting, but it won't wait forever. Act now. Sacrifice today. Level up permanently. Because your future self is watching, and they are rooting for you. Pain is inevitable. Struggle is unavoidable. Obstacles will come. Mountains will rise in your path. You cannot avoid them. You cannot wait for them to pass. You cannot hope life gets easier. You endure. You persevere. You rise through it. Every tear you've cried, every time you felt defeated, every moment you've wanted to quit, it was preparing you. It was shaping you. It was building strength you didn't know you had. The truth is simple. What doesn't break you makes you stronger. But strength is earned. Resilience is cultivated. Endurance is forged in fire. You will face sleepless nights. You will face failures. You will face doubts. But if you can push past them, if you can keep moving when everyone else stops, if you can keep believing when nobody else does, then nothing will ever stop you again. Success is not about avoiding pain. It's about using it. It's about turning it into fuel. Fuel for growth. Fuel for action. Fuel for dominance. The struggle you're in now is temporary. The effort you put in now is permanent. The choices you make now define your legacy forever. So when life gets heavy, don't collapse, rise. When failure stares you in the face, don't run, fight. When your body screams stop, don't listen, push harder. Because endurance separates the average from the extraordinary. Because perseverance separates dreamers from doers. Because those who embrace the struggle are the ones who stand victorious at the end. Your pain is not a curse. It is your weapon. Your struggle is not a setback. It is your training ground. So fight through. Bleed if you must. Cry if you must. But never ever give up. Every drop of effort, every ounce of courage, every moment you refuse to quit, it compounds. It grows. It elevates you. And when you finally reach the top, you'll look back and realize the struggle was never against you. It was for you, for the strength you now carry, for the wisdom you now hold, for the unshakable power within you. You are unstoppable. You are resilient. You are designed to endure. So rise, push, fight, endure. And when you reach your destiny, you will know it was worth every sacrifice, every struggle, every moment of pain, because nothing great is ever built without a fight. And now, your fight has just begun. This is it. The moment where everything comes together. The moment where you look in the mirror and decide who you're going to be. Your life is not a rehearsal. It's not a draft. It's the main event. And every single day you wake up, you have a choice. To stay the same or to rise. Rise with purpose. Rise with power. Rise with unshakable determination. The person you are right now is not your limit. It is your starting line. Every dream, every goal, every vision you've held, it's all waiting for you to take action. Stop waiting for someone else to hand it to you. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. You don't need perfect conditions. You need relentless action. Do you want this? Do you really want it? Then show up every day, every hour, every minute. Sacrifice what no longer serves you. Eliminate the toxicity. Focus on what matters. Push through the pain. Embrace the struggle. Grow stronger with every setback. Because this is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. This is what separates dreamers from doers. And one day, when you stand at the top, when you look back on the journey, you'll smile. Not because it was easy, but because you refused to quit. Not because life gave it to you, but because you earned it. Not because others believed in you, but because you believed in yourself. Legacy isn't about trophies or titles. It's about the person you became in pursuit of your vision. It's about the lives you've touched, the influence you've had, the unshakable impact you leave behind. So right now, make a promise. Promise yourself that you will never settle. Promise yourself that you will never stop. Promise yourself that you will live with purpose, passion, and uncompromising intensity. Your future self is waiting, and they are counting on you to start today. So rise, grind, sacrifice, persevere, live every day like it matters, because it does. And when it's all said and done, when you've climbed every mountain, fought every battle, and conquered every fear, you'll know the truth. You were born for greatness. You were designed to win. You were unstoppable all along. This is your life, your legacy, your moment. So go get it, and never look back.